Coming up next, it's Soap Talk with Lisa Rinna and Ty Treadway. On today's show, daytime legend Rick Springfield reveals the real reason he had to check back into General Hospital. And Passion's bad boy, Christopher Maleki, tells all about his confrontation with a coffee-crazed fan. Plus, we're getting a sneak peek behind the scenes of America's favorite game show. And now, the hosts of the show, Ty Treadway, and special guest host, Nancy Grahn.
SoapTalk! Welcome. SoapTalk, we got Nancy Grahn with us for one more show. Yes. Welcome back.
I love it.
Welcome back.
Hey, Lisa, just keep dancing.
Dancing your little heart out,
Dance
Lisa.
your little heart out,
Dance
Lisa.
your little heart out.
I'm not trying to get your job or anything.
No. You know what? Here's the thing. She's got like 18 of them.
You know what? That's right. I only have one. I need more.
I don't know how she does it, man. I don't know how she keeps so busy, but she's doing a great job over there. She's dancing a little heart out, and
She is.
we're rooting for her. We're rooting big time.
And you know what I say to Lisa? Besides how fabulous she is and our kids are friends, I say, eat a burger.
I know. She's got those abs working and legs working. She looks great. She looks gorgeous. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what I did last night?
What's that?
I have In Touch people, all these
Oh, there's so
magazines.
many of them nowadays. There's OK, Celebrity Living, In Touch, People.
All right. I'm outing myself on
Yeah.
television. I am a Bradgelina Jen Frake.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. First of all, living under such a microscope. Like, you see them walking in the airport, and there's like 50 paparazzi that follow them and just like
Well,
flash.
you know, for one thing, you know, there's a big entourage around them. So when people come, you know, when I see the cops stop because the president's coming on the freeway, and, you know, you're going to look, who's coming?
Well, yeah.
Just
yeah.
walk like a regular person, and maybe nobody will notice. I don't know. That may work. But, I don't know
about
what
Angelina
is it?
and Brad. They're pretty.
Well,
I don't know if
that's
they're
true.
so beautiful that
stunning. Well,
everybody
you know,
notices.
Jen's
yeah.
no slouch.
No, Jen is no slouch for sure.
Why are we all obsessed with that? I'm a smart woman.
I think it's
read
because we got
books,
18
and yet I'm
magazines
looking
shoved
at
them down
this
our throats. Now
crap.
that's just my theory.
No,
That's just my
I
theory
think
here,
I think it's archetypal. I think they're Shakespearean. We don't know who they really are. Let's just agree to that. We don't. I don't know Jen. I know her father. I don't know, you know, the other two.
Yeah.
But it's the girl next door, the sweet princess married to the prince, and then the siren. You know,
'cause
it's
Angelina's kind of
mythological.
like the siren.
Yeah, so it's kind of like reading a novel.
Yeah.
I think I can. I relate. Who do you guys relate to, Jen or?
Do you
or
pick? You have to
Angelina?
pick one side. You have to relate to just one or the other. What was that? Who? You know what's so funny is because all the women. It's very
Relate
funny.
to
That's very
Angelina?
interesting. A lot of the women yell out Jen. A lot of the men are like Angelina. Men think
Actually,
Angelina's hot.
I hear they're both lovely women. Truthfully, I think I relate. Is we're talking
I've
about
dated both of them, and I got to tell you. I
You
prefer
take
Brad. No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
you all, everyone. You know what it is? It's that I had this experience in a much lesser way, where I was dumped by Sam Behrens. Remember him? He used to play Jake Meyer on General Hospital like 100 years ago. And I was like in love with him. We dated for a long time, and he dumped me for Sherry Belafonte.
Oh.
And so she was famous. So at that time,
How hard is
Arsenio.
it to be dumped when you're famous? You know what I mean? That's tough.
Well,
I've never been dumped
it's
once,
not like
man.
I
I've been
can't
dumped
go
a ton,
anywhere.
never
It's not
mind.
like, you know, I'm not like these. I'm saying it's a much lesser little teeny pool of this.
Right.
And it was everywhere. I mean, she, at the time, and Arsenio Hall was like the David Letterman at the time. And I was like, I think I'll just watch TV. And there she is. And she's going, and look, I'm wearing his jeans. And
That's tough.
And talking about all the places that
and we
he
have cute
flew,
little names for each other.
that flew her in his plane and stuff. These were all the places that I found out that, you know, I researched, and we went to these great inns. He had a private plane that, and
Wait, he worked
took
on General
her
Hospital
there.
and he could afford his own plane?
No, he
You guys
didn't have
get
his
paid
own.
over
He
there.
was
You
a
guys must
pilot.
make bank.
No, you know what? I made more money in Santa Barbara than I do now. All right, I just said it.
That's funny. No, but you know, it is tough when you're dating in front of the public eye. You know, we were at the dancing thing, and I saw Nick Lachey.
Yes.
Lachey. I saw Nick Lachey there, and you know, immediately the first thing you think about is, oh man, I feel so bad for the guy. The guy, you know, you got dumped by, or I don't know, however it worked out. I don't know exactly,
Yeah.
but the first thing you think of is you go there, and it's got to be weird when everybody that looks at you knows your personal life. It's got to be tough.
But they don't. And we all are smart enough to know that we don't know what the hell happened to him.
I
But
read
it's fun
Star
to
Magazine. I
imagine.
know.
You did. It's true.
Oh, I
It's
read.
true. Well, we know.
Oh, yeah.
We know that they don't say those things.
Yeah, well.
But it's just, I can't, I feel bad. And I know that I'll, if I ever meet them, I will have to apologize profusely for my
invading their lives.
For my insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, for my invasion of their privacy. But
It'll be interesting to see.
And by the way,
when the
Sherry
children,
and Sam are both friends of mine.
when the
So,
when
I mean,
they, okay.
we're friends now. But that was after I dumped her picture. I took her
friends
picture
before
off the
they see
wall.
this
I took
episode,
her
you mean.
picture off the wall in the ivy. She knows the story. It was my birthday, and I was still heartbroken. And I thought, let's drink my martini and be with my sister and my friend. And I went to the bathroom, and I was feeling good, and for the first time, and I was having a thought without him in it, and her picture was on the wall. And so I took it off and put it under my coat, and just I went to my sister and Pam, and I said, we're leaving! And I had a convertible at the time, and we put it in the back seat, and my sister packed it, and it's in Lake Michigan in Chicago.
Are you kidding me? That's funny.
And I adore her now. I'm good friends with
funny.
both of them.
That's
So
hysterical.
I was very immature.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what happens when you.
But I'm wondering
when you're in
if
love
Jen
and you get your
feels
heart
that
broken.
way,
Everybody,
so.
you immediately revert back to high school.
It's hard. It really is. It's tragic.
Anyway, we got a great show. We got Rick Springfield on the show today. Rock and roll Rick Springfield.
Yeah.
It's my Rick Springfield air guitar.
It's your Rick
I'm not nearly as cool, but I got the head bob going. It's my air guitar, man. My little rock star Rick Springfield. Still my
I know.
favorite air guitar song, Jesse's Girl. Always
know
love that
Rick.
song.
I know.
Now, when did you guys first meet? Now, you met before...
I did. I met him.
That's his new CD, by the way. I
We
watched it.
both were guest stars on this show called Robin's Hood, and I was coming to the set. He was already there, and he was naked in bed. And I go to the set, and I'm like, and they say, Nancy Grahn, this is Rick Springfield. I say, nice to meet you. I take off my robe, get in bed, and we make out.
Really? Where do you get
we
those
were
kind of
shooting
gigs, man?
a sex video because it was part of the story.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm going to ask him about it. I want you to hear what he didn't remember.
Did you already ask him about it when you saw him on GH?
When he came on GH, he didn't know who the hell I was, and I was like, oh my God.
You know what? He's a rock star. You know how
Painful.
many naked women that
Oh,
man's
who
seen in
cares?
his life? He's a rock star.
Who cares? He
That's
kissed
what
me.
they do.
Well, I don't want to be forgotten.
No, he can't be unforgettable. Can't happen. Can't happen.
It's true.
So we also have Chris Maleki here today.
Woo!
Passions is with us.
What a handsome young.
You know, I met him. I was doing some work with Cynthia Preston, Alicia Lee Willis, and Tamara Braun. They were doing something for the Desi Giesman Foundation.
Yes, wonderful foundation.
And I was hosting this event. No, you didn't make it that night.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. That's right. That's right. I'm not sure. I just figured I'd throw out one or the
You were
other
drunk.
and go with it.
You were
one way.
already drunk by then.
I know. I had
there.
like a beer and a half, and I was there, and Christopher came up to me, and I didn't know at all. I didn't recognize him at all. He came up to me, put his arm around me. He was like, "Hey, man, I play Spike on Passions. How you doing, Ty?" I was like, "Good, man. How you doing?" He said, "I'm going to come on SoapTalk. I'm going to be a guest of yours. You know, why don't you have me on?" I said, "Okay." And here this guy that looks like he had the leather pants going. He looks like Jim Morrison
He
and
does,
Slash
doesn't
combined.
He totally does.
Good-looking guy. Good-looking
and
guy.
He's a very nice man.
Very, very nice guy. And we also have, we did some behind the scenes of Wheel of Fortune. I had some Wheel of Fortune fun this week. This is a big thing in my house. Wheel of Fortune is the show in my house. You would think SoapTalk would be the show, but no, #1 show in my house. My wife loves the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, loves the Wheel of Fortune. So I heard about it. When I heard we were going to be on, all week long, all she kept saying was, "Oh, you got to go practice. You have to practice. You haven't watched in a long time. You have to practice. You have to practice. You have
So
to practice
you were
the wheel."
actually on it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God, the pressure is
I know.
intense. I can do it at home. It's
And you do
easy.
it in front of a live audience. That's what I said. In front of a live audience, you don't want to look dumb. Even though it's the celebrity version, you know they're going to dumb the questions down a little bit. You know how they do that
Did
a little
they?
bit. No, it was actually, they gave us the hardcore one. But I figured, you know, come on, I'm going against Jack Wagner. You know, okay, I'm a little worried about Jack, but Lisa? Worked with her 4 years. She hasn't shown me evidence she can spell yet, so I'm not sure. I know I got Lisa. No, anyway, so I'm worried about it, and my wife's saying, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. Because, you know, this ain't your parents' Wheel of Fortune. This is the real deal. They have new puzzles now. You have to rhyme words, you have phrases, and then you guess who it is.
Oh, that's right. My mother is a whiz at this. I want her to go on and buy, you know, get a car.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to show you some behind-the-scenes footage, and, man, let's bring out our first guest. Man, let's bring out our first guest. This man truly rocked the daytime world when he joined the cast of General Hospital over 25 years ago. But now the doctor is back, and he's got a lot to prove. Let's take a look.
I told you I'm clean. I'm sober now. For how long? One day at a time.
Well, I'll give you that. Got the lingo memorized.
Look, I know the only way to honor your mom is to go back to performing surgery again and maybe save some lives.
I built a career in the shadow of your spectacular flame out. It wasn't easy, but I worked hard, and now I'm considered one of the best. I'm not going to have you mess that up. I don't trust your sobriety, and I don't want you in my hospital.
Please welcome back the one and the only Rick Springfield.
That's how a rock star makes an entrance, man. Rick Springfield.
So what do you have to say for yourself?
I know Shari Belafonte. I do, actually. I've known her for quite a while.
Maybe you can get her to sign the picture that Nancy stole from the wall in the bathroom for us.
I'll have to retrieve that.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like Michigan.
I want to hear about the first time you guys met. Do you remember that at all, or?
Yeah, I was up in Vancouver, right?
Yeah, that's all you remember, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was cold, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was good. It was cold.
That's okay.
No, I do
My
remember
feelings.
actually getting into bed with you.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Was it good for you?
Yes, it was, actually. It was really good. And I called everyone I knew and told them I just made out with you, too. It was like...
That was a big time. I mean,
it was a big deal.
big deal.
It was fun up there.
So now you're back on GH. What'd you think when they first called? I mean, it's been what,
23 years. Yeah,
23 years.
Yeah, it was odd. I kind of went, wow. But then I thought about it, and I had stopped touring for a while. We'd taken a break, over winter, and it seemed like a really interesting challenge. They were talking about what they were thinking with the character, how he would come back, and the baggage he would bring, and that was always, the character before was really kind of Dr. Smoothie, and there was not like really a lot of stuff to play, but so all the baggage they were talking about was really interesting, and I thought the chance of going back 23 years later to play the same character, I don't know where you get that chance ever again,
Exactly.
You don't, because nothing ever stays on television as long except soaps.
And Jackie, who I did most of my scenes with, Jackie Zeman, real years have passed, and she's had kids, and I've had kids, like on the show, and it's amazing. I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting.
What'd you think when you guys first hook up? I'm sure you probably had a ton to discuss, you and Jackie.
You live near each other, don't you?
Yeah, we live in the same town, and we've done some charity stuff together. But she's just a great person. I've always thought she was one of the best.
Wonderful person.
We love to do this occasionally. We love to show old clips. I believe we have an old clip of. Do we have an old clip of Bobby and Dr. Noah Drake, please? Can we show that?
You do understand why I didn't want to stop by your place, don't you?
I just wanted to further your art education. I do have some of the world's best etchings.
Mm-hmm. I just think it's a little too soon to further my education.
I'm not complaining. You offered me a drink. I guess that means you like me a little.
I think you know I do. A little.
I like you more and more every time I see you. Drink to taking chances.
Sure.
Man.
Did you remember that?
No.
That chemistry just jumps off the screen now.
My voice was higher. That's so bizarre to me. I mean, it's only 20 years ago, and I was already a man then, but it
That's
seems
what
higher
happens.
to me.
Mine's lower now.
It's like up here.
Yeah.
Now,
What was it like that first day, you know, back this time after 23 years to walk through that hall? What was your first day back like this time?
I was pretty freaky, actually. It was a different building, so I didn't have
and
much
different
deja
people.
vu.
A lot of different people.
Deja vu. Hello. Deja vu. But I went to seeing Jackie again and Tony and you know, Stuart Damon. I mean, it was all that was and doing this first scene with Jackie was trippy.
I was watching. You're smooth like butter. You just
yeah, it was like
you know,
there was nothing.
just
Yeah, we have all the real backstory. There's nothing to kind of work on. You
Do
know?
you know the ratings spiked when you came on?
Yeah,
And
that's
there was
great.
more publicity.
I heard they were tuning in to hear about the black paint. That's what I heard. What was with the black paint?
Oh,
Please tell us.
never trust directors. The first scene, I'm drunk in a bar, and passed out on the table, right? And my opening scene is Kimberly, you know,
McCullough.
yeah, dumps water all over me to wake me up, and you know, and I'm going, oh, okay, well, that's the first welcome back, you know.
Right. Tough first scene.
And unfortunately, someone hadn't read the script, and they painted the chair that I was sitting on with water-soluble black paint. So when she tipped the water on me, I like stumbled back and got up and started the scene, and I brushed my hair away, and I see my hand is like covered in black paint from the chair.
And they just went right on.
And I
didn't they?
I said at the end of the scene, did you any of you guys see the black paint on my hand? And the director goes, no, we're above it. And of course,
It airs?
it aired.
Black
and
paint on the
black
hand.
paint.
Yeah.
It's speed acting, Rick.
Good to
There's
know
no-
they got your back, huh?
They don't
Yeah.
stop for anything unless you swear.
Exactly. That's what you got to do. You got to come out with a string of swear words.
Stop. That's the thing. Now you're drunk. You're drunk.
Your character.
I thought we weren't going to get that personal.
Well,
You know what? It's very
I
funny.
never promised that. I'm new here.
Your character is an alcoholic, and we were just talking about this backstage. Your character always seems to have a relapse when Rick needs to go back out on tour overseas.
Yeah, I went to Japan to do some shows, and then to Australia, and they sent him into rehab, which was great. It was perfect timing for the show.
You cannot leave because I have a mortgage, I have to pay for private school, and apparently you've got the ratings up, so you need to stay. Okay?
Yeah,
That's right.
It's for selfish reasons.
That's right. Uh-oh. He wants to
He
sneak.
took his shoes off. He's always undressing
You
around
know what?
me.
We're all going to kick our shoes off. We might get naked, do that whole love scene thing again. We don't know. We'll let you know when we get back from a break. We'll go away.
Coming up next, Rick reveals why he doesn't want his kids to follow in his footsteps. And still to come, the clever Cleaver brothers show how to spice up an all-time favorite recipe. Plus, Passion's Christopher Maleki tells why he really believes in second chances.
We're back with Rick Springfield from General Hospital. All right, so now I understand that you need a liver. Your character, I mean.
Yes, he does, actually. He's
Whose contract is up? Because that's where the liver's coming from. I'm trying to think.
Whoever gets that monkey virus.
Whoever gets now with that.
You're not
yeah, this-
infected, are you?
No.
Yes.
Stay
oh,
away.
it's bad. I got it bad. I got the monkey virus bad. Do you have the monkey
I
virus
don't
too?
know what's aired yet. What's that?
You don't have the monkey virus?
No.
Are you?
I have the bunny suit, so I'm safe.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Okay. You've got the bunny suit.
But you are at the hospital, so we may see some Dr. Noah and Bobby scenes coming up. We don't know.
Yeah.
Why do they always call you Dr. Noah Drake? That's what when I used to watch, I remember.
Cool
that,
name.
Dr.
That's one of the coolest names
But
in
it was never
daytime.
Noah or Dr. Drake. It's Dr. Noah
Dr.
Drake.
Noah
Noah
Drake.
Drake.
Anyway.
I want to talk about your first ever acting gig. What was your first ever acting gig? Do you remember?
Oh, God, yeah, it was $6 Million Man back in 1976 or something.
Yeah.
And I was, I played the, they said, you know, I got the part, or before I got the part, they said it was about a roller derby, you know, gang or something. And they said, do you roller skate? And like all actors, I said, yeah, you know.
Of course I do.
Sure, I can roller skate.
Backwards.
I can learn between now and then. And so we got to the rink to start shooting on my first day, and I take off one roller skate so I can walk up the rink because the rink's at an angle. And of course I put the foot down with the skate still on, and it slides up, and I bring my hands up to protect myself, and the skate's in the other hand, and give myself a black eye. Whack
You're
myself
kidding
so
me.
hard. And the director was so pissed at me. He said, he was totally going off at me, completely insane. So he had to shoot me from this side for the whole of the shoot. I had this just giant shiner.
And you never worked again and became a failure.
Never worked on $6 Million Man again, that's for sure.
Speaking of being a huge success, I am curious about what it's like to be a rock. I've always wanted to be a rock star, when that's clearly not going to happen.
Everybody's one.
I know.
I know.
And that's true. Is it like what we think it's like? I mean, is it...
Yeah. What's the largest audience you've played to?
About 120, 130,000 in Germany we played, and it was really amazing. I mean, there's nothing like that energy. It truly lifts you off the stage.
I can only imagine.
It's
when you
amazing.
walk out on that stage, what goes through your head when you're walking out and you see just this sea of humanity there to see you? And
Collectively just loving you.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't get lucky tonight.
So did you remember? Do you remember? Did you have groupies, and did you remember who they were?
I can't even remember us sleeping together, so I'm gonna... No, I do. I truly do.
How do you come down at the end of it?
No, I totally... What?
How do you come down at the end of, 150,000 and then you got to go home and take the garbage out? Like, how is that possible? It's two different lives. You know what I mean? Come back to reality.
Yeah.
My friends who are musicians, and my good friend is married to one, and and I did some research on you too. There's a quote where you say, I can whore myself a little bit as an actor, but never as a musician. And so, because there's so much integrity and so much purity and concentration in it, do you sit with your guitar and just go off on your own, and your wife is going, Rick, the kids need to, food, and you're like...
No, she understands mainly that happens when I'm writing songs, and when I'm writing, I completely am not. She calls it being out with the Falcons, and she'll ask questions and I won't answer. It's just I'm completely focused internally when I write, and it can go on for months. When I'm writing something, and that's really my greatest thrill is to write music. That's what I love to do more than anything, and
more so than even touring.
Yeah. There's nothing greater than nothing more horrible and more exciting than writing a song, because it can go the whole. When it's not working, it's the worst thing in the world.
So then
it's incredible.
I have this.
And I didn't write any of those.
And that you didn't write them. That's why I wanted to talk about that. These are cover songs.
Yeah.
And Kate and I were dancing to it last night, and it's really good. You can sing, my friend. I was like, oh my God. And I kissed him. It's really, really good. I highly recommend this. These are songs from the 70s and 80s, and it is really good. And your voice is better now. It really is. It's true what ripens with age. I mean, it was great then, but it really was good. And my little 7-year-old thought it was pretty fab. So,
see? You're still hot with all the 7-year-olds, isn't that? You got that going for you. Now, you also have a live DVD coming out as well?
Yeah, we're just mixing that now. 5.1 is going to come out on HD Net, and
nice.
and they'll be sold. But it's really a lot of fun. Our live show is very high energy and very audience involved. I go out into the audience, and sometimes I'll drag them up on stage. It's a fun show, it really is.
It's everybody's dream, boy, to live the dream that you're doing.
Can I get 4 VIP tickets to the Wiltern concert?
VIP? Look at her already.
For forgetting my kiss.
Yes, I think we can.
Okay, good.
Rick, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, the clever Cleaver brothers show how to spice up America's favorite sandwich. Later, Passion's Christopher Maleki reveals how a real-life tragedy almost ended his career.
When you've got last-minute guests about to arrive at your house? Well, here to show us the recipes you've been searching for are the clever Cleaver brothers.
Hey,
Good to see you guys.
Hey, Nancy. Pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, folks, if you don't know who's who, I'm Lee.
And I'm Steve.
And together, we're the Clever Cleaver Brothers. Windows of Protestants in the air. The Cleavers are here with a menu to share. At the park, during the park, perhaps by candlelight after dark. Sicilian steak sandwich for any occasion makes a tasty dish for your dining room table.
Nice and easy.
Forget about it. They come with their own theme music. It's great.
That's right. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to cook first
That's
today.
right.
Come on over here.
Well,
we're going to show
you see how nice that Sicilian steak sandwich looks?
Check that out.
Doesn't that look nice? Isn't that beautiful? That looks good. We'll show you the ingredients to go into that sandwich.
And it's nice and simple. We're going to start off with about 2 tablespoons olive oil. Extra virgin if you got it.
We're going to go with 2 cloves of freshly minced garlic. We wanted to put more on, but they say, hey, go easy on those guys. They're talking to each other.
They got
a lot of
guests. We have 1 cup of onion. We just sliced it. You can go with the sweet, the red, anything you have in your house. We're the people chefs. Do what you want to do.
2 cups of sliced mushrooms.
We're going to go with 1 tablespoon of oregano.
And half a tablespoon of parsley.
1 pound of sirloin steak. You get the sirloin steak, cut it into about 2-inch pieces. We got about a pound there.
About a half a teaspoon of freshly ground sea salt and about a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper is going to add a really nice touch.
The recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of wine, but hey, why waste it? Go with about 2 cups. Put a quarter in the dish and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, we're going to go with 1 cup of crushed tomatoes.
And then we're going to finish off with a little crushed red pepper because everybody could use a little extra spice in their life.
Oh, yeah. Now, that was a sirloin tip pie. Okay. And we're making some garlic bread also.
We're going to start off with some melted butter.
Yummy.
And we're going to go with garlic powder.
And then we're going to go with some Parmesan cheese, freshly grated, of course.
Whatever's left.
Put the kids to work.
All right,
Hey, we're going to get going on this.
Let's get going, because I don't know about you, but you're hungry out there. We are. Wish we had enough. We're going to go with about 2 tablespoons of oil in a hot saute pan.
Hey, Steve, please, put the garlic in. We're going to let that heat. Nancy, give this a little stir in the pan. You want to go 30 seconds. You don't want to burn your garlic, folks. You want to just bring out that nice flavor.
I'm going to throw those
like a light
onions
brown.
in.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'm so handy.
One of the mushrooms.
All right.
You want that pan hot because when you put that meat in there, you don't want it to steam. You want it to saute.
Now we're going to go with the oregano. You know, Nancy, you looked a little frightened there for a minute, the way you were jumping back from that.
I am a clod in the kitchen, and that makes me nervous, and I
A little
get...
parsley.
Oh, no, you know what? You look like you're all natural in there.
No, I'm
You're doing good. Now we're going to go with the meat.
So like that. Go ahead and mix that in there, Nancy.
That's a steak sandwich.
There you go. Mix it up.
I'm
But you know
also
what?
trying not to
This, I like this now. I like these. This is something that you can grind your own sea salt and grind your own pepper. Is
You
that what it
can.
is?
You know what, Ty? You're a nice guy, but you've been gold bricking over there. It's time for you and Nancy to switch, for you to come over and maybe season up a little bit.
All right, let's go.
We'll slide you down just a little bit. Come on in here, Ty.
Use that. Come on, give it a little
So now
bit.
this is great because it. I
just pop
pull
right
this
off.
off.
Yeah.
And I just go like this.
Something like fresh.
And you can grind your own fresh pepper.
Absolutely. Isn't that something?
This is great. Now who makes this so we know who we can get it
We're going
from?
to tell you all about that. It's McCormick's. It's delicious. And you know what else we like? We're using this sea salt over here. It's not regular salt, it's sea salt.
Now what's the difference between regular and sea
You know,
salt?
there's about 50 different varieties of salt. We like to know with the sea salt because it's got a mild flavor. It's not an overpowering with that iodine flavor.
But it works out. Now you want to let this cook for about 3 minutes of the stage. And of course, you know, you don't give us a 15-minute segment. So no.
So we're gonna
put these out here.
That's right. So we're gonna put that out there.
You know, you asking about spices and everything?
Yes.
We are using the McCormick Gourmet Collection spices. Steve and I like using what's best out there. This has a full, wholesome flavor, and that's what you want. All herbs and spices were not created equal.
Now you know the difference between dried and fresh. Obviously, when you dry an herb, it gets nice and concentrated, full flavor. And that's what we like to cook with, full flavor.
So it's better to cook with that than
Yes,
fresh.
exactly.
And we use the best. Hey, Ty, go ahead and
I didn't know
deglaze with some red wine, please.
We're gonna have a bit of vino.
Save a little?
Yeah, save a little.
There you go.
I put in the crushed tomato.
I'm gonna go with a little bit of the crushed red pepper. We're gonna put that right in.
Guys, you do use the best. That was good wine.
Wasn't that something? And then you want to let it cook for about 5 minutes at this point. Now, you can always add more crushed red, but you can't take it out. Hey, well, that's cooking over here. Let's get busy. We have some butter melted. Please put in some of the garlic powder. We're not using
Pop that
garlic
right
powder.
in.
Nancy, go ahead and put some of that in there.
In there.
Okay,
Pour
yeah.
that right in.
Okay.
Now blend that all together. We're gonna get some beautiful bread we just cut in
Now,
half.
see, this is
Place
my
that right
favorite thing
over
in the
here.
world.
Yeah, we'll put the bread over here. I'm gonna go ahead and just
Put that on top.
put this on
And
top.
Nancy, why don't you grab that
Oh, you're
Parmesan
just spooning
cheese?
it on top.
That's
It's already
right.
been melted.
Put that cheese on top.
Look, Mom, I'm
cheese
cooking.
on. I like it.
Give it a sprinkle. We have some bread
You
right
never got to
here.
see this, did you?
Now you pop
Oh, what
that
am I
in the
doing?
oven. You can see how beautiful that looks when it comes out. Hey, folks, it's only toast, for goodness sake.
Come on.
Yeah, you put the meat right on there, right?
Yeah, the meat goes on there.
Sicilian. This is like the best way to serve it. Family style. Put
like
it right
that.
over the
You know,
top.
Steve's making a mess with it over there, like you got the home.
yeah.
But you can see how beautiful it looks over here.
I'd love to talk to you guys more, but I gotta eat.
I don't blame you, Steve.
Thank you so much for joining us.
As we say, there you have it. The Sicilian steak sandwich. Bada bing, bada boom. Best wishes and great business. Bye, everybody.
Love you, baby.
For a copy of today's recipe or for more information on today's show, log on to our website at soapnet.com or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Sicilian Steak Sandwich, care of SoapTalk, P.O. Box 4351, Hollywood, California 90078.
soap villain to a whole new level. Take a look.
Oh, Alistair's not paying me enough for this.
Brought you this.
Oh, baby. Baby, you don't hate me after all.
I just want to make sure you weren't going to die.
Well, if your old man had his
Daddy's right. You know, you used me, Spike. I loved you, and you took advantage of that.
Oh, babe, look, you got it
But
all
you
wrong.
save it. I never want to see you again.
Oh, wait, just wait. Think about last night, right? I was just trying to protect you.
By tying me to a bed? Threatening to cut me with a knife?
Alistair made me do it.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Please welcome from Passions, Christopher Maleki.
Good to see you.
Welcome. Woo, man.
Yeah.
You got this whole Jim Morrison kind of slash kind of thing going on.
Totally, Jim.
You know, I like Jim Morrison.
Yeah, Jim Morrison, not a bad person to be compared to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think it's the hair and the leather pants. I tell you, I just never got rid of this leather pant thing. You know, I had this early on in my life when I did the music thing, and I said, leather looks cool. Let's get stick with it. So here we are.
Well, it works for you. Not a lot of people can pull it off, but you can pull it off.
And no
my
one's
friend.
complaining.
What do you guys think? Leather pants okay? All right? See what I mean? I'll give that money later. I owe you guys.
It's so funny because you're such a nice guy in real life. You play a pimp, a murderer, I mean...
A drug dealer.
A drug dealer. What is the fan response to you when they meet you in real life?
Well, I mean, I have so many different things, but just recently, I have to share this with you. I was at one of the coffee shops here in Los Angeles, and I had headphones on. I was doing my reading and so forth, and I could barely hear somebody, Ike, and Spike is, of course, the name, and finally I go, what, Spike? You're Spike. I said, yeah, hey, how you doing? And I thought she was going to come and ask me for an autograph, what they usually do, of course. And she says, let me just say, first of all, James Hyde, Sam Bennett, is my nemesis on the show. She says, I don't want to like you because I cannot stand what you're doing to him. And she says, all I can tell you is you're lucky I'm drinking coffee and not iced coffee, because if it was regular coffee, iced coffee, I'd throw it on you. But I'm drinking regular coffee. So I said,
Don't
thank
ruin
you.
the leather pants.
And then someone came with a net and took her away.
Yeah, that was coming, sure. But it was, you know, I appreciate anyone that has something to say to me and take the time to put a stamp on an envelope, you know, positive, indifferent, whatever. Just to take the time to say a word, whatever. It's all good.
You have a very good, I was reading your bio, and also Lisa's a good friend of mine, and likes you very much. And I was reading your stuff, and you are a very, like Rick, a very sweet soul. You have a real appreciation for where you are and what you're doing.
Right. Well, you know, I think I'm very grounded because I do appreciate, well, in this life that we have, I'm thankful for so many things. You know, I'm thankful for my health, of course, my family and friends and great people. But the thing is that this is the business that we're in, for example. I mean, it is just a job, you know what I mean? I said a lot of people get this thing that goes to their head, and they just take it places they shouldn't go, and I just know where I come from. And I keep a picture of myself as a kid on my mantle, not because I thought it's a great-looking picture, but because it reminds me where I came from and what I've actually had to endure to get to where I am today. You know, where that means. I mean, truthfully, we have to keep in check what life is and what is important. It's about who you care about, it's about your friends, and it's about who you are. I mean, be a good person, you know what I mean? And it starts with you, guys. It starts with you.
Well, for Chris, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Steve.
Guys, don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, Nancy, it is trivia time.
All right.
Which one Life to Live star crocheted 78 hats for charity last year?
I know this. It's the very talented Cassie DePaiva. The proceeds for her unique hats went to the League for the Hard of Hearing. Thank you.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
If you're in the Los Angeles area and want to be a part of our studio audience, call 626-821-3111. Log on to jampackedtvshows.com or write to SoapTalk, care of Jam Packed, 235 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 266, Pasadena, California, 91101. More SoapTalk when we come back.
We just want to thank all of today's guests and, of course, my lovely co-host, Nancy. Mwah. Great job. And, of course, before you cook your next meal, don't don't forget to pick up your favorite McCormick spices at your local grocery store. That's all for now. We'll see you next time on Soap Talk.
It's Oscar time on Soap Talk with Lisa and Ty. Find out what the stars are wearing and saying. Get the scoop on who's in and who's out. Don't miss this special edition of your favorite talk show. Monday, February 27th at 11. Only on SoapNet.